Hello again, all life path number 5. This is your February reading for 2020. I've done a bit of a different layout, so now that we can point the camera down and face it to the cards as I'm pulling them. I've already selected your cards. We have 4 extra cards. You have the Wisdom of the Oracle card for another extra message. And I'm also introducing now 3 cards from the Gilded Tarot, which we can clarify for a love reading for you as well, because the next 6 months is all about what's just happened with the Capricorn, which is all your work, that sort of type thing, your work, your outer life. But Cancerian is all about family and love relationships sort of type thing as well. So those are the 2 major themes playing out just at the moment in the skies, if you like, and in people's lives in general. And this is the 5th reading I've done today, and it's been pretty amazing what cards have come out for people, especially doing the love reading and that. It's just a little bit extra that I can pass on, a little bit of extra information to give you the heads up for the month of February. So just before I do that, sorry guys, back again. So I'm going to place your cards out. We're going to do a horseshoe spread, and we're using my trusty cards, Angel Oracle cards here. I don't know if I get them out the right way. So you can actually see all the cards now on the desk here. We have 4 major arcana cards in that lot, so we'll get to that one in a minute. We're also going to turn over these cards here because it's all playing in. Turn over these ones. Some good cards there as well. So your Angel Oracle card number is 22, which is quite funny because today's the 22nd of January. I'm doing these videos, and it's the card Blessed. So we're going to start with that one. So we'll see where that one's playing out, but we'll start also with your middle card in the main spread here, which is a major arcana card, and it's called Perspective. It says, there is a better way, pause for reflection and insight, and dare to be different. It's also the Hangman card in the normal traditional tarot deck. This is basically taking a bit of a step back and having a bit of a different perspective on things that are going on in your life at the moment. Yes, we've had just major eclipses, all this sort of type thing in Cancer and Capricorn, which could be starting to play out in your life at the moment. So you're going to have a bit of a step back from things and grab another perspective on where you are at the moment. It says there is a better way, pause for reflection and insight. So that's what I mean by stepping back. You're pausing for reflection and insight. We are at the beginning stages of a new year and also a new decade. So it's not as though we haven't got time to do all this sort of type thing and work through these things that we're, being thrown at us at the moment. We'll go to your past card here, and it's the Queen of Ariel. And what I'm hearing in my head is that you've come from quite an opulent sort of scenery where you had plenty, and now you feel like that's kind of gone. Don't ask me why I'm saying this. You feel like, maybe things in your world have been turned a little bit upside down. I'm going to read what it says at the bottom. Nurture yourself and those you love, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical and wise advice. Somewhere along the line, I think, and it's usually with this card, it's, kind of the messages are never the same on the cards. You've got to just read them as it comes, sort of type thing. But I think your change of perspective here, you've been in a scenery or an atmosphere of this sort of card, and maybe it's time you stepped back from this, or you've been made to step back from this sort of environment and you're now on a different path. It's not quite as opulent as it was, but this is where the different perspective is coming in life. Maybe there was something that happened. It can also be, these are general readings. And I forgot to say too, if these messages don't resonate with you, please leave in love and light for those that it does resonate with. And if what messages do resonate with you, accept with love and light. I kind of feel like something's happened in your past, that you've come out of this sort of opulent sort of way of being, where you had plenty sort of type thing. Something's happened and it's cut you off from that. It's cut you off from that sort of stream of money, because this is the Cornman's suit. It's not as opulent for you at the moment. Your present card is the Strength card, and it's a number 11, which is always a master number. And this can be a master lesson in life as well. Sorry about the glare on the cards. It reads at the bottom, strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence and forgiveness. So maybe there is something in your past that has happened where you've had to change your perspective on it, but you need to forgive whatever's happened in the past. You do have the strength to do it, be it a person, place or thing that you're having to forgive. But you've got the strength to do it, and you're not forgiving the person for what they did or the events that have happened. It's happened for a reason. All things happen for a reason in life. You're forgiving that person, place or thing or circumstances for yourself, so that you can move on and have that different perspective in life. Those are two major arcana cards here. You've also got another 2 down here. Your future card here is the 4 of Michael. This is my lack of sleep card, if you like, or my chakra, one of the chakra cards. It's not the major chakra card, but this, if you can notice this woman here, she's basically gone for a walk and she's just sat down and she's having a bit of a rest. She's having a, if you like, a nana nap. You're not getting enough sleep for some reason, and you could be one of these chakras out of balance. So whatever colour you're drawn to, I think that's your base chakra, that's your solar plexus, and that is your heart chakra, and that is your third eye. The purple one could be your throat chakra actually. One of those might be blocked, or all 4 of them. So you might have to do some chakra work that's in your future as well. You're not getting enough sleep, you're not getting enough rest, there's something out of balance. It says insights that come from quiet meditation. Again, this is where the perspective comes. You need a little bit of stepping back and quiet meditation, okay? So it's insights that come from quiet meditation and the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. So this might have been a bit of a stressful situation that you're coming out of here that you need the new perspective on, but it's affecting your health as well in the future. Usually I would expect to see the Queen of Ariel over here somewhere, or even in your present or your future. But this is in the past. You're coming out of that situation. It's not as opulent at the moment for you for some reason. There could have been a marriage breakup, anything like that. So the finances aren't as opulent as you'd like. Maybe you've sort of been in the position where you haven't had to work and it's been your husband that's worked or your partner that's worked and provided everything for you. But now you're coming out of that situation is what I feel. But this is saying that there is a better way. Pause for reflection and insight and dare to be different. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. So there's some sort of situation here that's a little bit stressful and you've got the strength to get through it with the strength card. Also with your best path to follow is this card, the High Priestess. And with this card, if you can see it, her gown is actually like a waterfall going down steps. This is talking about going with the flow. especially if you're stressed and you're in a situation such as this, you know, you're needing to pause for reflection. For your future card here, you're pausing, you're getting yourself into a position where you're calm and you can actually deal with all the situation that's going on maybe. It says at the bottom, powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation again, it provides valuable information and being at peace. Sometimes, especially you've got the perspective card right above it in the middle position here. That's the only way you can get a different perspective when you're calm, when you're at peace, when you're going with the flow. This is the hangman after all, you know, he hangs upside down to get a different perspective on life. That's kind of your best path to follow. I think you just might need to sort of concentrate on yourself at the moment too and leave everybody else out of this scenario. Other people's opinions, all that sort of type thing. You need to find that calm stillness in yourself to listen for the messages that your guides and angels are giving you, because they are giving you them, because your environments card is divine guidance. So if you want that divine guidance, you're going to have to still your little voices in your head and your mind saying that you're not good enough, all these sorts of things, whatever the mind chatter is going on in your head. Divine guidance can only be heard when you're in this sort of state, when you're at peace and you're going with the flow. Okay, you've got the strength to get through this, and this is only for a month. It could take a little bit longer, depending on how much you want to go against the grain about whatever's happened here. But the sooner that you get into this state of peace, of calm, we will have problems in life. You need to get into the state, okay, to hear this divine guidance is what I'm going to say. And just remember that oracle card that came out is 22. It's another master number or an angel number. You might have a couple of lessons here that you've had to learn, but you are blessed, okay? You are blessed to handle this situation. You've got the divine guidance, and also 2020 is 2-2. It's also a 4, okay? So 2 plus 2 equals 4, okay? You're in the year that this is supposed to basically come about. Just doing a little bit of numerology there as well. And the High Priestess is also a 2, okay? See the 2 up there? The card is a 2. So there's a lot of 2s, there's a lot of angel numbers coming out here. I am picking that this is on a relationship sort of thing of it. It's kind of just hitting me in the face that it's about a relationship. If it doesn't resonate, guys, the message isn't for you. The Queen of Gabriel here, so you've got 2 queens in it, this is the Hopes and Fears card, and it says passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. Okay? Independent. You're an independent person. You don't need another person to make you complete, okay? We get into relationships thinking that other person is going to save us or is going to somehow, you know, make everything right. It doesn't. I can tell you first-hand experiences. If all you're looking for in a relationship is stability and a roof over your head, 9 times out of 10 it won't work, because you also need that emotional connection, and that's why I'm sort of being pointed out that you need to be independent, okay? You're an independent person away from anybody else, and you need to stand on your own 2 feet, I'm going to say. It does say at the bottom, and remember this is a wand suit, wands, this is a queen as well, it's quite high up in the you know, deck. Says you can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. So, Hopes and Fears card, guys, you know, you need to be independent. You need to get into that state of being with the flow, being in the flow, being at peace. especially with this divine guidance too. This is in your environment, so it's the whole of the month. It does read, the search for meaning in life, consider an alternative approach, surround yourself with wise teachers and friends. So there's your divine guidance sort of type thing. But like I said, get into that still state that you can actually hear that divine guidance because you have wise teachers and people around you that you maybe need to listen to now, that maybe you haven't been listening to. You can do anything right now. So being that is in your hopes and fears, go with the positive. If you're in the negative kind of thing here, get yourself balanced that you're in the positive. You can do anything right now. We can all do anything right now. And especially because your final outcome card here is a new beginning. It's the Ace of Wands. You're up and flying. It's the fire suit, if you like. It's the Wands suit. It reads, a gift of passion, opportunity and inspiration, a chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. So by the time you get to this final outcome card, time is linear. It might go longer than February. It might take you into March to get to this card or get to this new beginning. Depends how much you fight what's going on in the cards here. If you just let it happen, let it go with the flow, ask for that divine guidance, it'll get you to the Ace of Gabriel. So you're at the beginning again. You're at a new stage. It's fiery. It's passionate. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. So the divine guidance might even be some inspiration to get you to this point, okay? But you need that independent inspiration and don't rely on anybody else. And again, I'm going to come back. You are blessed, okay? You're blessed to be actually going through this situation because the situation that you were in possibly was not the best scenario for you, okay? So, right, I'm going to go to your love cards over here, and I think this is all about a love relationship. This card here flew out of the deck. It's the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is news and messages coming in. This can be travel. This is Eight Wands flying through the air rather rapidly. And being that it is in your love relationship, you're going to hear news and messages quite rapidly about this situation, about your love life. You then go to the Ace of Wands. You've got two Aces of Wands. You've not only got it in your main spread here at the final outcome card, you've got it in your love reading too. So maybe things aren't as gloomy and dire as you think in a love relationship. You've got a new beginning here. You've also got one at the end here. This is up, flying through the air sort of type thing. This is a divine wand handed to you. See the two hands? It's fire and it's passion. You also have the Five of Wands. Okay, so you've got a lot of wands here. This can be petty arguments, all this sort of type thing. You need to step back from those petty arguments. Say your piece and walk away. You don't need this scenario to carry on in the situation. I'm going to pull some clarifier on that one though. I kind of feel this is not a new relationship coming in. This is you getting yourself to a stage where a new relationship could possibly come in. But I need a clarifying card, please. Here it is. And we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords here. He's on a very stationary horse in this particular deck. This is not rushing into a new relationship, all that sort of type thing. But I am going to keep going. I think that may be another person's energy is the Knight of Wands. We have a page, the Page of Cups. Okay, just going to pick these up again. I'm just going to look at this way. So from what I can see here in the cards, 8 of Wands, okay, you've got news and messages coming in. You've got the Ace of Wands here, which is basically feeling a new vigor and vim sort of type thing in a relationship or within yourself. There could be some things still needing to be worked out in a relationship. This is bickering and arguing, if you quarrelled, all that sort of type thing. This might be stupid things like squabbling over what's in the house sort of type thing. If it doesn't relate to you guys, just leave it because it's not meant for you. But I think this is to do with a relationship that has broken up. That's why I think this card is in your past, not in your future. You've got the Knight of Swords here, which is cutting to the truth. Swords are always cutting to the truth. You need to cut to the truth of the matter, say your piece and walk away. And then you get the Page of Cups, which is, cups are the emotions card, cups overflowing. But this is news and messages. So there's news and messages coming in for you to help with the situation. I'm going to go one more card. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Now the Queen of Pentacles, I'm going to go back to this one here. Two different queens, but they have the same meaning. The Queen of Pentacles is an independent woman or an independent man looking after their own coin, and so is this one, because on the top of the card here it reads independent. Okay, so and this is telling me that you can be independent on your own. You've got the fire and you've got the passion in these cards, that one there. Especially that card there, you've been given the fire and the passion sort of type thing to be independent, to sort all this out. Possessions can always be, what's the word I need? Person, place or thing can be replaced, okay? You can always replace what is lost if it's that sort of situation where you're arguing and bickering sort of type thing. You don't have a Justice card here. So I'm kind of feeling that all this arguing and bickering is not going to go in your favour. With the Knight of Swords here, I think that maybe cut out all the bullshit, as a knight would do. You've got news and messages then coming in. You've then got the Queen of Pentacles here saying that you can be independent. You need to maybe even bring this card in here. Although it's a little bit different, it's all tying in, if you like. You've changed your perspective on things in life. You are independent. You have the strength to get through this. Okay? You've got divine guidance. But at the end of the day, that's your final card. You can be an independent person with your coins. This is juggling finances. This is, juggling the budget, everything else, but you're going to do it with ease, okay? And you're being put in this situation for a reason, okay? This is one of maybe the master lessons that you need to learn in life with the 11 and the 22. They're both master numbers. You've got cards here that represent those master numbers. We're also in a 4 universal year. Today is the 22nd. Made me look up at the calendar. You have a 2 here. You have the Master 11 here, as in the Strength card. I'm going to leave that reading there, but just remember, guys, you are blessed to go through this. Once you've gone through this, no matter what lifetime you come back into, you never have to go through it again because you've done it now. Okay? Right, guys. Much love and light to you. If you need a personal reading with this or your life path at the moment, I'm only too happy to help. You can reach me at my Facebook page, Sun Moon Tarot and Numerology, or my website is sunmoontarot.co.nz. But anyway, I can do a one-on-one reading with you and help you with your own personal energies if this it all resonates with you. So love and light, guys, and I will see you for March's readings.